see.
I need hand gloves.
Shush. Ready? SpongeBob SquarePants. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. That's my man. He just don't know it. Okay, I love you, SpongeBob. Bye. We never take pictures. Ever. We only take recordings. Yes, but they can't see your eyes.
Is that racist?
He said it, not me. But
He said they can't see your eyes. Are you being racist?
no, I'm not being racist. Cause slanted. Well, my eyes are slanted too.
And puffy.
It's okay, but they all see it.
That's very true. You can actually see me now. See?
See my eyes.
Yep. You can see my teeth. You see his eyes. It works out perfectly. I like that comeback. I like that comeback. That's a good comeback. I like that. My eye, is my eye swollen? Yeah, my eye swollen. Why? I don't know, but it's swollen. lot going on right now. Babe, just letting you know I'm recording.
Okay, I'll be quiet.
Okay.
I repeat.
Okay.
I won't come up front. Let me know when I can be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, I mean no disrespect when I say this. I now understand why Asians clean so much, like constantly cleaning every single day. It's because you guys don't have carpet in your homes. Like, this is all tile floor. I just spent the last hour cleaning. Yeah. Anyways, good morning. Good morning. I should do it like this. Good morning. As y'all just saw, I just spent the last hour. Yeah, was it an hour? Maybe about an hour or so just cleaning up. I wanted to feel good in my space. I've been feeling really foggy in my head, and I just wanted to clean because I feel like, you know, once you clean, you have a clear mind, and you can also think about how to go about the different things you have to do. I hope that makes sense. But anyways, good morning. It is Monday. What is it? It's Monday, January 13th. My mouth is tuned up to say December because I'm still living in Christmas world, but it's Monday, January 13th. And today I do have to go to work. I mean, every day I have to go to work except for Saturday, Sunday, but yeah, I'm so excited. But I'm very excited because this week I get to get off. There's only one day that I have to work late, and that's even a maybe. Like, I don't even know if this girl's gonna show up. Yeah, I'm happy. Every day I get off either at 7 or before 7, except for tomorrow on Tuesday. But it doesn't even matter. But anywho, if you see me in this hoodie and black sweatpants for a majority of this time in this vlog, mind your business. The reason why I say that is because it is freaking cold here in Taiwan, and it is like wintertime. During their winter season, you don't really see a lot of the sun. It's very cloudy and gloomy. But yesterday was pretty good. It was very sunny in the afternoon. And then today, I think it says it's supposed to be sunny today as well too. I'm looking forward to it because it's very, very cloudy 9 times out of 10 during the winter time. So yeah. What do we have going on the agenda today? Today I have 2 classes. I have a 2nd grade class and a 6th grade class. And I'm very excited because in my 2nd grade class, I only have 3 out of the 5, even though the 2 that are missing today are like one of my top 2 favorites. I shouldn't say it like that. Like, they changed. Like, they're really good students. So yeah, they won't be here today, which is sad, but it is what it is. And then my level 6 class only have 4 students, but they just talk so much. They just talk a lot. So I'm going to try to get them to do some work today. This week is the last week pretty much of the first semester for students. So, well, at least here at my school. I don't know if I told you guys this, but I am an English teacher at a cram school. So there are 3 types of schoolings. You have public and private school, which we all know. And then you have something called a bushiban or a cram school. Cram schools are where students, that is not proper English, but whatever. Students, basically, it is what it is. Like, cram school is what you hear. You are cramming in information because you are only at that school for maybe a few hours. You are not there for more than, well, take that back. Some places it depends, but for the most part, cram schools is what it sounds like. You are literally just cramming in information, so you are not there 24/7. Also, you are not there every single day. For example, I have my 2nd grade class that I see today. I see them on Mondays and Thursdays for 3 hours. 3 whole hours. Do y'all know how energetic 2nd graders are? And to have them for 3 hours, that means I see them for 6 hours a week. Now, I'm not complaining because there are some people who do this every single day for 8 hours. God bless you. But it can be very, very challenging. And then my 6th graders, I see them today, Mondays and Wednesdays for like 1 hour and 50 minutes. So almost 4 hours, but not quite. But that's the thing. It's like you don't see your students every single day, which is nice because you get a refresher. You don't have to like see the student every day, but at the same time, it's hard to kind of like sometimes keep up with what you're doing in your classes. For example, my sixth graders, I have no idea what I'm doing with them today. I just know that we have to continue writing or doing some type of writing or something like that. But I really don't know what we're doing today. My level twos is a little bit easier because my school, I'm so grateful. They offer the curriculum already planned out for you. It's just sometimes it's not the best organized. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying like it can be a challenge at times when you don't know or you don't remember like what you guys are working on. And then once you get to the school, it's like, it hits you, which is when it should hit you, not when you're at home. Okay. Today's going to be pretty chill. And then tomorrow I only have 2 classes. Hopefully I only have one because tomorrow I have a 5th grade class with lots of girls. And then my poor one little boy, yeah. But I have a 5th grade class. And then I also have a one-on-one student who's older. She's in the 7th grade, I think. Her English is mwah. She speaks really, really well. She practices really, really hard, but I don't think she needs to be there, to be honest. I think her parents just want her there just to give her like something extra to do. And I shouldn't say it like that, but I'm going to say it like that because this kid, like, she's very smart. She's very intelligent. She watches the news. She's always like curious about why certain things work the way they work and like how they work. And that's me. So we literally just talk. I won't say that I give her any assignments in class. Like I do, but I don't. We literally just have a conversation just to enhance her English abilities, to hear like how she says, things, and just have more of conversation. So it's not like, I want to try to explain this to y'all in the best way possible. Students, sometimes the way that they are taught English here is more like they want you to be that like proper English. For me, I don't teach it that way. I teach conversational English because that is what you're going to use. So you can ask me you can ask me formal questions like, may I go to the bathroom? They don't say please, but we work on that. So may I go to the bathroom, please? Or may I do this? Or may I do that? Instead of can I do this? Can I do that? It's like, yeah, you can, but that's not the proper way to ask because that's what, that's if you want to do something like, I'm over exaggerating because y'all get it. For me, I like to have conversations with my students, and I like to have conversations with them to where it's like, okay, you guys are going to use this more in the real world than you would in these textbooks, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want y'all to think, oh, this is how people talk or speak English. No, not all the time. No. So yeah, and also too, sometimes I have to remember to not use my Southern slang because sometimes it just comes out, like my natural tongue just comes out. For example, I will say something and I will say like, okay guys, we will write our names at the top of our paper. Okay, we will write our names at the top of our paper, right? But then if I have to say it again for a third time, it's like, all right, y'all, we finna write our names up on top of them papers and we finna get to work, okay? And then they're like, what? I trip my kids out because I want them to hear, I don't want them just to hear proper English, if that makes sense. Or I don't want them to hear like a fake corporate voice all the time. Like, you need to hear someone who has, to them, an accent, and also someone who speaks English with an accent, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. But anyway. got yelled at on the train. Yeah, I got yelled at on the train today, and I yelled back. Was that respectful of me? No. Did I do it? Yes, I did. Let me tell you why. Let me tell y'all how I got yelled at on the train today, because yeah, and it was my fault. I will say, like, it was my fault, and I didn't have to yell back, but I needed him to know that, like, you don't have to yell at me to get whatever it is that you have to say. So let me tell y'all. Okay, so when I got on the train, there was a seat. In the seat, there was a hair tie. I do not like touching people's things. I don't like touching other people's belongings, just because you never know, like, what comes off, if that makes sense. Like, I remember I have a cousin, okay? We're just gonna spill tea. I have a cousin who, every time she comes over to your house, not only is she bringing herself, she bringing the roaches out of her house. Like, no lie, she bring roaches out of her house or wherever she was, you know, staying at. So I just have like this fear of touching stuff and then something coming out, or like falling on me, or like sticking to my clothes and then sticking to me, you know what I'm saying? You know? So there was a hair tie, and you can see like a few strands of hair. Now, I don't like to touch people's hair ties, bows, barrettes, headbands, none of that, because you never know. So I had a wet wipe in my hand, thankfully, and I picked it up, and I picked up the wet, I had a wet wipe in my hand, so I picked up the hair tie with the wet wipe, and I was just like holding it out. And there's this lady across from me just looking at me do it the whole time, and I'm just like, oh, whatever. So at the next stop, I was like, I'm gonna jump off the train really quick, throw that in trash, and then I'll come back to my seat. There's this old guy, and here in Taiwan, they have respect for older people, you know, older crowds, whatever. And, so they basically, I get off the train. There's a grandpa who went over to my seat where my bag was, and he starts to like move my bag over. And I'm like, hey. Like, when I got on the train, I was like, like, that's my bag. I didn't care that he was taking the seat. I didn't care about that part, because I didn't even want to sit down, but I cared that he was about to touch my bag. So he looked at me, looked me up and down, and he yelled something. Now, I don't know what he said, one, because it was in Chinese, and two, I had in my headphones. So my headphones were already loud. So I said, that's my bag, that's my bag. And so he said something else, he yelled, and then he sat down. So I was like, okay, just sit down, like, just sit down. But this is my bag. So then I turned to Don, who was in a different seat, and I looked back at him, and I was like, all I wanted was my bag, and I started laughing. But apparently I said that really loud. Again, I have in my headphones. I can't hear anything except for I'm thinking, but I'm quiet, but I'm not quiet. I had in my headphones. So I'm laughing, and, you know, like, whatever, I bypassed whatever. We get off the train, and Don was like, you always feel like you have to have the last word. And I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, as a Black woman, you always feel like you have to have the last word. So I'm like, what are you talking about? He said, you were so loud when you turned around and said, that's my bag, or all I wanted was my bag. You said it loud, you said it with an attitude, and you said it as a Black woman. And I'm like, well, I am a Black woman, but that's not the point. And so he said, he was just like, now I have to stand up. I felt like I need, what did he say? He's like, now I feel like I had to stand up and go chop Chinese English on people. And I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, because people was looking and looking around, and it was a whole scene. And I was like, yeah, but he didn't have to yell at me. And he's like, yeah, but you should have just held the hair tie until you got off the train, or you should have just put it in your bag. And like I told Don, I'm not putting in something that was on somebody else's head, especially not my head. I'm not putting it on there in my purse, because then now you have little critters and things crawling around in your purse. Like, no, okay? No, I'm a little bit anal. And so he was like, well, in the end, it was still too loud. Like, it was a lot. And it was a lot going on, and it was loud. And I was like, well, now I feel bad. But then I started laughing, because I said, now on the train, I was praying. I was like, Lord, please forgive me, because I'm over here yelling at somebody's grandpa, somebody's son, somebody's uncle, somebody's friend. I'm over here just yelling at this man. However, he shouldn't be yelling at me. And I'm not just one of these foreigners that's just gonna sit back and be quiet because you're yelling at me. Like, I normally don't bother people, but I felt attacked because he yelled at me. So yeah, whatever. And then Dom made a really good point. He was like, as we're walking, I'm telling him like my point of view. He was like, you having your headphones now? I said, yeah. He was like, you're loud. I'm like, you have a good point. If I would have just taken off my headphones, I think this would have been resolved. But, and honestly, like, I just didn't want him to touch my stuff. So, yeah, I got yelled at. I got yelled at on the train. And yeah, everybody was there. A lot of people saw me get yelled at. I don't care. Don was like, just let it go. Like, you're still talking about it. I was like, no, I'm laughing about it because I caused it. Like, if I just would have sat down on the train and held it for all those many stops and then threw it away, I would have had a seat. Number one, I would have had a seat. Number two, I wouldn't have gotten yelled at. And number three, I wouldn't have yelled back at that man. So hopefully I don't see any of these people later on today. And even if I do, I don't care because I'm gonna yell. I'm gonna do it again. Not to him. I'm just saying in general. Like, I don't care. Like, you can say what you need to say or whatever. But like, yeah. So I got yelled at today.